Sairam, dear viewer, live webcast of the proceedings from the Sai Kulwant Hall at Prasanthi Nilayam will follow shortly. Please stay tuned. Sairam, dear viewer, live webcast of the proceedings from the Sai Kulwant Hall at Prasanthi Nilayam will follow shortly. Please stay tuned. Sairam, dear viewer, live webcast of the proceedings from the Sai Kulwant Hall at Prasanthi Nilayam will follow shortly. Please stay tuned. Sairam, dear viewer, live webcast of the proceedings from the Sai Kulwant Hall at Prasanthi Nilayam will follow shortly. Please stay tuned.
कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमम् ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत आनः शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम् प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामित्रयवतु गणेशाय नमः सरस्वत्यै नमः श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम् जातवेदसे सुनवामसो ममराति यतो निदहाति वेदः सरः पर्षदति दुर्गानि विश्वा नावेव सिन्धुन्दुरिताद्यग्निः ताम् अग्निवर्णां तपसा ज्वलन्तीं वैरोचनीं कर्मफलेषु जुष्टाम् दुर्गां देवीं शरणमहं प्रपद्ये सुतरसि तरसे नमः अग्ने त्वं पारयानभ्यो अस्मान् स्वस्तिभिरति दुर्गानि विश्वा पुष्य पृथ्वी बहुरान उर्वी भवातोकायतनयाय शन्यो विश्वानि नो दुर्गा जातवेदः सिन्धुन्ननाव दुरितातिपर्षि अग्ने अत्रिवं मनसा गृणानोऽस्माकं बोध्यमिता तनूनाम् पृतराजितगुं सामानमुग्रमग्रिगं हुवेम परमात् सदस्तात् स नः पर्षदति दुर्गानि विश्वा क्षामदेवो अतिदुरितात्यग्निः प्रत्नोषिकमेभ्यो अध्वरेषु सनाच्च होता नभ्यश्च सत्सि स्वाञ्चाग्ने तनुवं विप्रयस्वास्मभ्यं च सौभगमायजस्व गोभिर्जुष्टमयुजो निषिक्तं तवेन्द्रविष्णोरनुसञ्चरेम नाकस्य पृष्ठमभिसंवसानो वैष्णवीन् लोक इह मादयन्ताम् कात्यायनाय विद्महे कन्याकुमारि धीमहि तन्नो दुर्गे प्रचोदयात् ॐ शान्ति 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 ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति 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 अथ पुरुषो वै नारायणो कामयत प्रजा सृजेयेति नारायणात् प्राणो जायते मनः सर्वेन्द्रियाणि च खं वायुर्ज्योतिरापः पृथिवी विश्वस्य धारिणी नारायणात् ब्रह्मा जायते नारायणाद् रुद्रो जायते नारायणादिन्द्रो जायते नारायणात् प्रजापतयः प्रजायन्ते नारायणात् द्वादशादित्या रुद्रा वसवः सर्वाणि च छन्दागुंसि नारायणात् देवसमुत्पद्यन्ते नारायणे प्रवर्तन्ते नारायणे प्रलीयन्ते ॐ अथ नित्यो नारायणः ब्रह्मा नारायणः शिवश्च नारायणः शक्रश्च नारायणः द्यावा पृथिव्यौ च नारायणः कालश्च नारायणः दिशश्च नारायणः ऊर्ध्वश्च नारायणः अधश्च नारायणः अन्तर्बहिश्च नारायणः नारायण एवेदगं सर्वं यद्भूतं यच्च भव्यं निष्करो निरञ्जनो निर्विकल्पो निराख्याद शुद्धोरेव एको नारायणः न द्वितीयोऽस्ति कश्चित् य एवं वेद स विष्णुरेव भवति स विष्णुरेव भवति ओमित्यग्रे व्याहरेत् नम इति पश्चात् नारायणायेत्युपरिष्टात् ओमित्येकाक्षरम् नम इति द्वे अक्षरे नारायणायेति पञ्चाक्षराणि एतद्वै नारायणस्याष्टाक्षरं परम् यो वै नारायणस्याष्टाक्षरं परमध्येति अनपब्रुवः सर्वमायुरेति विन्दते प्राजापत्यरायस्पोषं गौपत्यम् ततो मृतत्वमश्नुते ततो मृतत्वमश्नुत इति य एवं वेद प्रत्यगानन्दं ब्रह्म पुरुषं प्रणवस्वरूपम् अकार उकारमकार इति तानेकदा समभरत्तदेतदोमिति यमुक्त्वा मुच्यते योगी जन्म संसारबन्धनात् ॐ नमो नारायणायेति मन्त्रोपासकः वैकुण्ठभुवनलोकं गमिष्यति तदिदं परं पुण्डरीकं विज्ञानघनं तस्मात् तदिदावं मात्रम् ब्रह्मण्यो देवकी पुत्रो ब्रह्मण्यो मधुसूदनो सर्वभूतस्थमेकं नारायणं कारणरूपमकार परब्रह्मो एतदथर्वशिरो योधीते प्रातरदीयानो रात्रिकृतं पापं नाशयति सायमदीयानो दिवसकृतं पापं नाशयति माद्यन्दिनमादित्याभिमुखोदीयान पञ्चपातकोपपातकात् प्रमुच्यते सर्ववेदपारायण पुण्यं लभते नारायण सायुज्यमवाप्नोति नारायण सायुज्यमवाप्नोति य एवं वेद इत्युपनिषत् सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सा वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ यश्चन्दसा वृषभो विश्वरूपः छन्दोभ्योऽद्यमृता सम्बभूव समेन्द्रो मेधया स्पृणोतु अमृतस्य देवधारणो भूयसम् शरीरं मे विचर्षणं जिह्वा मे मधुमत्तमा कर्णाभ्यां भूरिविश्रुवं ब्रह्मणकोशोऽसि मेधया पीता श्रुतं मे गोपाय मेधा देवी जुषमाना न आगाद्विश्वाची भद्रासु मनस्यमाना त्वया जुष्टानुदमाना दुरुक्ता बृहत्त्वदेव विदते सुवीरा त्वया जुष्टऋषिर्भवति देवि त्वया ब्रह्मागतः श्रीरुतत्वया त्वया जुष्टश्चित्रं विन्दते वसुसानो जुषस्वत्रविनो न मेधे मेधां इन्द्रो ददातु मेधां देवी सरस्वती मेधां मे अश्विना भुभावा दत्ता पुष्करस्रजा अप्सरासु च या मेधा गन्धर्वेषु च यं मना दैवी मेधा सरस्वती सामा मेधा सुरभिर्जुषतागस्वाहा आमा मेधा सुरभिर्विश्वरूपा हिरण्यवर्णा जगति जगम्या ऊर्जस्वती पयसा बिम्बमाना सामा मेधा सुप्रतीकाजुषन्ताम् मयि मेधा मयि प्रजा मयि अग्निस्तेजो ददातु मयि मेधा मयि प्रजा मयि इन्द्र इन्द्रियं ददातु मयि मेधा मयि प्रजा मयि सूर्यो राजो ददातु हंस हंसाय विद्महे परमहंसाय धीमहि तन्नो हंस प्रचोदयात् ॐ शान्ति 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 ॐ नीरादेवीगं शरणमहं प्रपद्ये गुरुनाही घृतवती सवितराधिपत्यै पयस्पतिरन्तिराशानो अस्तु ध्रुवादिशा विष्णुपत्यघोरा शेषाना सासोय मनोता बृहस्पतिर्मातरिष्वोतवायुः सन्दुबानावात अभिनो गृह्णन्तु विष्टम्बो दिवो धर्नः पृथिव्या अस्येषाना जगतो विष्णुपत्नी ॐ शान्ति 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 ॐ दाता पुरस्ताद्यमुदा जहारा शक्रप्रवित्वां प्रदिशश्च तस्रा तमेवं विद्वा नमृतय भवति नान्यपन्थ अयनाय विद्यते सहस्रशीर्षं देवं विश्वाक्षं विश्वशम्भुवं विश्वं नारायणं देवमक्षरं परमं परं विश्वतः परमानित्यं विश्वं नारायणं हरिं विश्वमेवेदं पुरुषस्तद्विश्वमुपजीवति पतिं विश्वस्यात्मेश्वरगुं शाश्वरगुं शिवमच्युतं नारायणं महाज्ञेयं विश्वात्मानं परायणं नारायणपरो ज्योतिरात्मा नारायणपरः नारायणपरं ब्रह्मतत्त्वं नारायणपरः नारायणपरो ध्याता ध्यानं नारायणपरः यच्च किञ्चित् जगत् सर्वं दृश्यते श्रूयतेऽपि वा अन्तर्बहिष्यतः सर्वं व्याप्य नारायणस्थितः अनन्तमव्ययं कविगुं समुद्रे तं विश्वशम्भुवं पद्मकोशप्रतीकाशग हृदयं चाप्यधोमुखम् अधोनिष्ट्यावितस्यान्तेनाभ्यामुपरितिष्ठति ज्वालमालाकुरं भाति विश्वस्यायतनं मातु सन्ततगुं शिराभिस्तुरं वत्य कोशसन्निभम् तस्यान्ते सुशिरगं सूक्ष्मं तस्मिन् सर्वं प्रतिष्ठितम् तस्य मध्ये विश्वार्चिर्विश्वतोमुखः सोऽग्रभुक्तिभजन्तिष्ठं नाहारमजरः कविः तिर्यगूर्धमरशायी रश्मयस्तस्य सन्तता सन्तापयति स्वं देहमापादतरमस्तका तस्य मध्ये भङ्गिशिखा अनियोर्ध्वा व्यवस्थिता नीरतो यदमध्यस्ताद्विद्युरेके भवास्वरा निवारशुकवत्तं विपीता सत्यनुपमा तस्या शिखाया मध्ये परमात्मा व्यवस्थिता स ब्रह्म स शिवः स हरिस्सेन्द्रः सोऽक्षरः परमस्वराट् ऋतगं सत्यं परं ब्रह्म पुरुषं कृष्णपिङ्गलम् ऊर्ध्वरेतं विरूपाक्षं विश्वरूपाय वै नमो नमः नारायणाय विद्महे वासुदेवाय धीमहि तन्नो विष्णुः प्रचोदयात् ॐ शान्ति 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 ॐ योपां पुष्पं वेद पुष्पवां प्रजावां पशुमां भवति चन्द्रमा वा अपां पुष्पं पुष्पवां प्रजावां पशुमां भवति य एवं वेद योपामायतनं वेद आयतनवां भवति अग्निर्वा अपामायतनम् आयतनवां भवति योऽग्निरायतनं वेद आयतनवां भवति य वा अग्निरायतनम् आयतनवां भवति य एवं वेद योपामायतनं वेद आयतनवां भवति वायुर्वा अपामायतनम् आयतनवां भवति यो वायुरायतनं वेद आयतनवां भवति आपो वै वायोरायतनम् आयतनवां भवति य एवं वेद योपामायतनं वेद आयतनवां भवति असौ वै तपन्नपामायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति यो मुष्यतपत आयतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति आपोप अमुष्यतपत आयतनम् आयतनवां भवति य एवं वेद योपामायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति चन्द्रमा वा अपामायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति यश्चन्द्रमस आयतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति आपो वै चन्द्रमस आयतनम् आयतनवान् भवति य एवं वेद योपामायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति नक्षत्राणि वा अपामायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति यो नक्षत्राणामायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति आपो वै नक्षत्राणामायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति य एवं वेद योपामायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति पर्जन्यो वा अपामायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति यः पर्जन्यस्यायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति आपो वै पर्जन्यस्यायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति य एवं वेद योपामायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति संवत्सरो वा अपामायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति यः संवत्सरस्यायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति आपो वै संवत्सरस्यायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति य एवं वेद योऽप्सुनाभं प्रतिष्ठितां वेद प्रत्येव तिष्ठति राजाधिराजाय प्रसख्य साकिने नमो वयं वै श्रवणाय कुर्महे समे कामां कामकामाय मह्यम् कामेश्वरो वै श्रवणो ददातु कुबेराय वै श्रवणाय Maharajaya Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sahasra Parama Devi Shatamura Shatakura Sarvagam Haratu Me Papam Durvadu Sapranashani. Kandat Kandat Pralohanti Parsha Parsha Parip Evado Durve Pratanu Sahasrena Shatena Chap Ya Shatena Pratanoshi Sahasrena Virohasi Tasyaste Devishtake Vide Mahavishabhayam Ashvakrante Ratakrante Vishnukrante Vasundara Shirasadara Yishyami Rakshasvama Pare Pare. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Nakarmana Prajaya Danena Yagenaike Amurtatvamanasu Parena Nakam Nitanguhaya Vibrajade Tatyatayo Vishanti Vedanta Vijnana Sunishitartha Samyasa Yoga Yataya Shuddha Sattva Te Brahma Loke Tu Parantakare Paramrutat Parimuchanti Sarve Dahrami Papam Parameshva Bhutam Yapundarika Puramadhya Sagustam Tatrapi Dahrang Gaganam Vishokas Yadantastarupasitavyam Yo Vedada Usvara Prokto Vedante Cha Pratishtita Tasya Prakriti Nasya Parasamaheshvara. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Rajadhirajaya Rasahya Sahine Namo Bhayam Vaishravanaya Kurmahe Same Kama Kama Kamaya Mahyam Kameshvaro Vaishravano Dadatu Kuberaya Vaishravanaya Maharajaya Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Swasti Prajabhya Pariparayantam Nyayena Margena Mahimahisha Go Brahmanebhya Shubhamastu Nityam Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Dearest Swami, our most loving pranams at your divine lotus feet. Our ever-loving Lord, today we, your children from across 12 countries from zones 4A, 4B, and 5 are here to celebrate the birth of the enlightened Master, Lord Buddha. When we think of Lord Buddha, your divine words ring through our minds, reminding us that the same divine principle of love is present in all of us. When you take the path of love, you will become the Buddha yourself. Respected elders, brothers and sisters, a loving Sairam to all of you. The theme for this year's Buddha Poornima celebrations, in the divine presence of our dear Lord, is Chatur Brahma Vihar, the four sublime attitudes in Buddhism. This year's celebration will begin with a procession of Buddhist monks chanting the Narasingha Gatha.
Lokahitaya gato naraviro isahitoya pidhanarasiho nasasankanibho mukhavanno evanarana piyo Mattagajinta vinasnita gami Isahituya pidhanarasiho Kattiya sambhava argakuliro Deva manusya namasita padu Sila samadhi padintita citto Isahituya pidhanarasiho Ayatayutta susantitanaso Gopamuko abhinila sunito Vindhadhano abhinila bhamuko Isahituya pidhanarasiho Mattasu santi Hiro Sihahanu Meghrajasariyo Kanchana Suchaviyuttamavanno Isahituya pidhanarasiho Sugandhira manju sugoso Hingula bandha surata sujiyo Visati visati sekha sudhanto Isahituya pidhanarasiho Jana vanna सुनील सुकेशो कञ्चनबद्ध विशुद्धलालातो ओषधिपन्दर शुद्ध सुवन्नो साहित्य पितानारसिंहो गच्छति नीलपाते वियच्छन्दो तारगणा परिवेदितरूपो सावकमज्जगातो समनिन्दो साहित्य पितानारसिंहो
Brothers and sisters, we would now like to invite the leader of the monks, together with Brother Art Ong Jun Sai, member of Prasanthi Council, Brother Amar Karki, Zone Chair of Zone 4A, Dr. Ravindran Menon, Zone Chair of Zone 4B, and Brother Ashok Sakrani, Zone Chair of Zone 5, to inaugurate the Buddha Poornima celebrations this year by jointly lighting the lamp. This will be followed by the offering of prasadam and vibhuti by the children and recitation of traditional Buddhist shlokas.
คัจฉามิสังฆังสรณังคัจฉามิพระพุทธคือศาสดาองค์พระสัมมาสัมพุทธเจ้าพระธรรมคือคำกล่าวสั่งสอนชาวพุทธทั่วไปพระสงฆ์เราจงนบไหว้พระสอนให้เรารู้ชั่วดีพุทธังสรณังคัจฉามิธัมมังสรณังคัจฉามิสังฆังสรณังคัจฉามินะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะอิติปิโสภะคะวะอะระหังสัมมาสัมพุทโธวิชาจรณะสัมปันโนสุขโตโลกวิทูอนุตตโรปุริสธรรมสารถิสัทธาเทวมนุสสานังพุทโธภควาติสวาคาโตภควตาธัมโมสันทิติโกอาการิโกเอหิปัสสิโกโอปนัยโกปัจจตังเวทิตาโพวินยูหิติสุปฏิปันโนภะคะวะโตสาวกสังโฆอุชุปฏิปันโนภะคะวะโตสาวกสังโฆยายาปฏิปันโนภะคะวะโตสาวกสังโฆสามีจิปฏิปันโนภะคะวะโตสาวกสังโฆยะทิทังจัตตาริปุริสยุคานิอัตถปุริสปุคลาเอสะภะคะวะโตสาวกสังโฆอาหุเนยโยปาหุเนยโยทักขิเนยโยอัญชริกรณิโยอนุตตรังปุญญาเขตังโลกัสสาติ
นะโมกุรุเบละมะลายจะสวยโชนะโมบุตตายาสังเจลายจะสวยโชนะโมสังฆายาเกณฑ์ลายจะสวยโชนะโมกุรุเบละมะลายจะสวยโชนะโมบุตตายาสังเจลายจะสวยโชนะโมธรรมายาเชลัยเจ้าสวยเจ้านะโมสังฆายากินเดียลายเจ้าเจ้านะโมกุรุเบยละมาลายเจ้าสวยเจ้านะโมบุตตายาสังเจลายเจ้าสวยเจ้านะโมธรรมายาเชลัยเจ้าสวยเจ้านะโมสังฆายากินเดียลายเจ้าสวยเจ้าสังเจเจตังโสเจจนังจังจวนปัตตตานิเจ้าสวยไตเจจินสายเจเวสนัยโจลายเพ่นเจสังเจดูบารายโชสังเจเจตังโสเจจนังจังจวนปัตตตานิเจ้าสวยไตเจจินสายเจเวสนัยโจลายเพ่นเจสังเจดูบารายโชสังเจเจตังโสเจจนังจังจวนปัตตตานิเจ้าสวยไตเจจินสายเจเวสนัยโจลายเพ่นเจสังเจดูบารายโชสิมเจนธรรมเจนเทวันตเทเวนจุตังเทมบารายจุสิมเจนธรรมเจนตุงัลตังตุงัลเจนจุตังดัลบารายจุ Simjen Tamje Dungala Mebe, Tewai Dambai Daminda Waju, Simjen Tamje Nire Chadang Nidan Dang, Tangyan Chimbala, Yirin Done Barajuraj, Simjen Tamje Dewada, Dewe Judan Dimbaraju, Simjen Tamje Dungal Dungaji, Judan Davaraju, Simjen Tamje Dungala Mebe, Tewai Dambai Daminda Waju, Simjen Tamje Nire Chadang Nidan Tangyan Chimbala, Yirin Done Barajuraj, Simjen Tamje Dewan, Dewe Judan Dimbaraju, Simjen Tamje Dungal Dungaji, Judan Dawaju, Simjen Tamje Dungala Mebe, Tewai Dambai Daminda Waju, Simjen Tamje Nire Chadang Nidan Tangyan Chimbala, Yirin Done Barajuraj, Mali Simjen Genje Genjuraj, Tide Bunje Mize Jomje, Nina Mali Jisen Genjab, Chomden Gorje Nede Sheso So, Gumboy Dine Chimbale, Tajai Sanan Kalbarat, Taje Cheyen Shenye, Dinje Dune Sheso, Bema Gamala Yendang, Chengai Chemboy Dayen, Dungala Simjen Tarji, Kalwai Chewai Samye, Cheden Zeje Shujoroje, Chazalawa Dan Cheshin Shebai Dan Chesoye Rangu Chesowa, Chewai Chungsen Taje Chisa, Tamje Zobe, Changjo Chirngo, Sai Shen, Beshen Joshen Medon, Rirai Lin Shen Ninde Jimba, Sanje Shindo Midem Bolwai, Togen Namdai Shindo, Chebarai Sho, Yedai Guru Renamenda, Karmeya Daya, Ninja Mendai Sangboy, Dibulove, Changjo Lamla Barche Mejo, Tison Jeve Gongbai Zobat, Sibara Mido Shewai Mini, Namka Danyam Bedona, Tora Isho, Tabje Doje Shajai Dison, Shinje Mido Deje Bonzo, Serge Lomboy Dabara Jibe, Shajai Jabba. Lo te ya endai mune mune mahai mune shakya muna yeso te ya endai mune mune mahai mune shakya muna yeso te ya endai mune mune mahai mune shakya muna yeso te ya endai mune mune mahai mune shakya muna yeso te ya endai mune mune mahai mune shakya muna yeso omo mune mune maha mune yeso te ya endai mune mune mahai mune yeso te ya ta 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 mune mune mahai mune yeso ten bai ji den kang soi chen bai ten bai ni wei xin do sa wai ten jen ben lai xin do ten bai yi ri ni be zai xi xiu si nam di ye tam je si ban tum nie ni wei zhen nam pam je jie gai na jie ba long zhu bai si be so le zhu wai zhu wa lai xiu jiang jiu sim jiu rin ba lai ma ye ba nai ye yu le kebai nyambai mebai, kunyen kundo pewara isho, hamai simjen tamjen deda, tenjurai ninjai tamjai tadoi dongwai, changjai simbai gandai sasho, dedai ginje mela, tujurai je, kewai gindai yangdai lamai, Tamien che ye balai longje, Sadan lam je yen den rabze, Torje changje goba nyodo isho.
Dear Swami, we would now like to invite Brother Amar Karki, who is the chair of Zone 4A and the coordinator of this year's Buddha Poornima celebration, to deliver his welcoming address.
Om Sri Sai Ram. My humble pranams at the divine lotus feet of Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. Respected elders, trustees, brothers and sisters. Buddha Jayanti is celebrated jointly by zones 4A, 4B and 5 of Sri Sathya Sai International Organization. On behalf of the organizing committee of Buddha Poornima 2019, we welcome you to this today's Buddha Jayanti celebration at Prasanthi Nilayam. About 2,000 devotees from 13 various countries have gathered here to celebrate the 2,563rd Buddha Jayanti celebration. The highlight of this year's celebration is we have participation from Belgium and United Kingdom as well. Siddhartha Gautam was born to Sathya clan at Lumbini, which now falls in Nepal. While talking of birthplace of Lord Buddha, one very interesting incident that happened 20 years ago at Whitefield innately comes to my mind. During discourse, Swami said, Buddha was born in Bharat. Bharat is generally taken as synonyms of India. Later, few Nepali devotees approached me saying, Swami should not have said so, because whole world, including the United Nations, knows that Lumbini is in Nepal. I knew Swami could not be wrong. He is Trikaldarshi. He knows the past, present, and future. I earnestly prayed to Swami for the right answer to satisfy these people. Suddenly, out of fluke, an idea appeared in my mind. I told my friends, look, during every puja, when we do Sankalpa, we chant Jambu Dipe Bharat Varse Uttarakhande Nepal Dese. Here Bharat Varse means an area that spans from as far west as Gandhar, which is Afghanistan now, to Myanmar in the east, and Sri Lanka in the south, to Himalayas in the north. Some even include Tibet as well. It embraces few countries, Nepal included. Therefore, when we say Bharatvarsha, it is a huge spiritual area which is not confined to India only. Bharat denotes a culture, a way of life. It is just like saying Arab. There are many countries in Arabian Gulf, but they are connected with a common culture, Arabic. My friend's reservation had been removed. Such great masters as Lord Buddha have come for the upliftment of entire beings of the world. They have not come to fight election in a country or appear in public service commission that they should be labeled as Indian or Nepali. Rather, their birthplace is the world and citizenship universal. In fact, pegging them to a country would be a sacrilege to these great masters. The purpose of avatarhood of such great masters is for the redemption of mankind. Hence, their teachings are same. For example, this year's celebration is based on the theme Chatur Brahma Vihar, the four pillars of Buddhism: Maitri, Karuna, Mudita, and Upeksha. By cultivating these four noble qualities, one can overcome cruelty, desire, aversion, and delusion. The Hindu scriptures also exhorts Ishware tadhinesu balishesu dvisatsu prem maitri kripopeksha yah karotisya madhyama. That is, one should always practice love, friendliness, compassion, and upeksha in daily life. The words differ, but the signposts and the ultimate destination are the same. We have a very learned speaker today who would expound on the theme Chatur Brahma Vihar. Hence, without much ado, I am pleased to introduce him. Dr. Tirakia Jerin Setasin from Thailand, nicknamed Judo, professionally is a medical doctor. He was Minister of Education, Government of Thailand, until very recently. He is still a senator in Thai Parliament. He did MRCP from London University. He is honorary lecturer at the London University. Earlier, he was Deputy Dean of Faculty of Medical Science and Sciences, Khon Kaen University, Thailand, and Board of Education and Policy Development on Medical Sciences to Thai government. He is joint founder of Sathya Sai School, Thailand. But most importantly, he is ardent devotee of Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba for the last 3 decades. Jai Sai Ram.
Pranams at the lotus feet of our beloved Swami, revered monks, respected elders, sisters and brothers. I think before we begin, we should adopt certain attitude about coming here to celebrate Buddha Poornima. Out of billions of Buddhists in the world, very few, very fortunate few have come here to celebrate Buddha Poornima. This is a rare fortune. Thanks to his calling, his grace, Swami says nobody can come here unless he calls. So you are not here by accident. You are here by invitation from Swami. Many years ago, about I think over 20 years ago, in one of the interviews I had with Swami, he said something about Buddhism. He said in Thailand, people are mistaken to think that he is a monk. He's not a monk. He's not a spiritual seeker. In fact, he is what the seekers seek. He is Buddha's side. So when we do not have the right attitude, coming here without realizing how fortunate we are, then we lose opportunities to gain the maximum benefit. Today's theme is Jatu Brahmavihara, which basically means the 4 aspects of love, interestingly. Again, many years ago, many years ago, when there were quite a few permanent residents in Prasanthi Nilayam. Prasanthi Nilayam happens to mean the abode of supreme peace. So Swami called all the permanent residents in Prasanthi Nilayam and told them that they can call themselves permanent residents only when they have 4 qualities. He didn't mention that the 4 qualities are Jatu Brahmavihara. But the 4 qualities he told the permanent residents are exactly the 4 Jatu Brahmavihara. He said you must have, before you can call yourself permanent resident of Prasanthi Nilayam. Of course, he means those who have Prasanthi, who have peace. You must have number 1, Maitri, loving kindness. Number 2, Karuna, means compassion. Number 3 means Mudita, which means empathetic joy. Be happy when other people are happy, or share their joy. Or in fact, it just simply means always be happy. And number 4, he said Upeksha, equanimity. Swami often, if you study his discourses about the Buddha, he loves giving the stories of Buddhas, the Buddha being abused. In almost every discourse on the Buddha, including his writing, he would love to talk about the Buddha being abused, being talked badly at. I think I can get the teachings or the lessons from what Swami was saying about the Buddha's responses to abuses, at least 3. Number 1, when the Buddha is abused, he just does not accept it. Swami always tells the stories that Buddha goes to a village and he is abused by the villagers who happen to dislike him. A Buddha would give back the smile while listening to the abuses. And then he would ask the question that if a beggar comes to beg food from you, and then you give the beggar the food, but the beggar refuses to take the food, where does the food go back to? then the abuser, the villager, would say, "It go back to the giver." The Buddha would say the same thing applies. When you abuse me, I do not accept it. So where does it go to? It goes to you. Go back to the abuser. So this is the first response. And this is so prevalent in the world of social media. Having been a minister for 5 years, I have experienced this so many times in social media. So my response is I don't read social media. I stop seeing them to keep my sanity. Number two, when people say bad things, you do not accept it. Then it goes back to the people who say them. So this is the first response. The second response that Swami often illustrates is this. He said the Buddha one time was sitting under the tree, the Bodhi tree. And then there were people, his disciples would praise him. But at the same time, there are people who come and also abuse him, say bad things to him. Again, he would smile. But the disciples wanted to beat the abusers up. The Buddha then say, no, you don't need to. You get joy by praising me. They also get joy and satisfaction by abusing me. So both get joy. So it's good that I have the opportunity to serve them, to give you the joy. So Swami says, whenever somebody says bad things about you, number one, you don't accept it. Number two, you're actually making them happy. Give them satisfaction. That means you have the opportunity to do seva. The third response is very deep. It's at the spiritual level. If you just look at it, the first response is from the physical level. The second response is from the mental level, when you change your perspective. But the third response comes from somebody who understands that all are one. The Buddha says the abuser and the abused are one and the same. They all have the same droplets of divinity. They all gods. So therefore, nobody abuses anybody else because all are one. So this is kind of Swami's favorite teaching on Buddha. Now, he also expands on Buddhism a little bit more. He said Buddha declares about the world, the three aspects of the truth about the world, that all is impermanent, anicca. All is sorrow, dukkha. All is empty, void, almost meaningless, no self, anatta. So therefore, we should give up the world. We should practice detachment. That brings to me one of the most important teachings of detachment that Swami has taught. You know, when the avatar comes, he reinterprets the ancient teaching in a simple way. One time he told me, he said, you practice detachment. I still remember, I thought at the time that by giving up the world, I'm not ready yet. He said, no. Detachment is deep attachment to God. Detachment means deep attachment to God. And then he said, what is attachment? Attachment is detachment from God. It's very simple, but at the same time, very deep. If you again look at the teaching of the Buddha expounded by Swami, another constant theme is the Buddhist prayer when he explains beautifully what we just sang in Bhajan this morning as well. Buddham Sharanam Kachami. And we then followed by Dhammang Sharanam Kachami and Sangham Sharanam Kachami. But for Swami, he had the order differently. He said the Buddha declared first, Buddham Sharanam Kachami. I take refuge in the buddhi, the intellect, the discrimination. Then he said later on, the second stage, he said discrimination, if it's individual, is often selfish. Is it good or bad for me? It's often selfish. Swami said, then the Buddha then declares, later, the second stage, Sangham Sharanam Kachami, that we take refuge in society, in the Sangham, in the community. Again, one time I asked Swami, how can we change or transform the mind? Being a psychiatrist, I love to hear this answer because nobody has given a very satisfactory answer how to change the mind. You think about it, how to transform the mind. And then Swami said, looked at me quite kind of innocently and said, it's very simple. It's very simple. By discrimination. And he said, but it has to be fundamental discrimination, not individual discrimination. Individual discrimination is whether what you are going to do is good or bad. But fundamental discrimination, according to Swami, is whether it's good for all, whether it's good for society. Only when you have fundamental discrimination will you be able to transform the mind. So that's how he illustrates. And then he said later, the Buddha says, Dhammang Sharanam Kachami. What are you going to serve society with? With truth, with love all, serve all, with help ever, hurt never, the Dhamma. Then he, in a way, encapsulates all the manifestation of the Buddha in two simple terms, if you like. That for us, we have to have peace within, but love without. The Buddham Sharanam Kachami, Sangham Sharanam Kachami, and Dhammang Sharanam Kachami all can be summarized as peace within, love without. As he summarized all the Vedas as help ever, hurt never. Now I'd like to end by again reminding all of us that we are really the chosen few. Swami said it's the rarest of the rare opportunity to come to the physical proximity of the divine. To be born as a human, according to Swami, according to Buddha, is very difficult already. But to be born as a human and have this opportunity to come and be in his divine presence is very, very rare. He said saints and sages have to do a lot of penance, have to practice very hard to get just a glimpse, to get moksha, to get liberation, to get enlightenment. So by this definition, we are all here, are already enlightened. When we have seen His divine form, you are already enlightened. The only thing for us to do is not to lose it. It's not to lose that enlightenment. It's not to forget the divine, the form. That is the rarest of the rare. That's why when you come to Prasanthi Nilayam, when you sing Buddham Sharanam Gacchami, you always end with Sai Sharanam Gacchami. We take refuge in Sai. Thank you very much. Sai Ram.
Dearest Swami, next we will offer a loving offering of 3 items by the SSE students and young adults of Nepal. They will be offering at your divine lotus feet a dance to a Ganesha Stotram, a drama entitled Buddham Charanam Gacchami, depicting how after enlightenment, the Lord Buddha had transformed the lives of many people, and closing with another dance depicting Buddha's message of sacrifice and self-control.
वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा
जय देव जय मंगल मूर्ति दर्शन मात्रे मन कामना पूर्ति जय देव जय देव जय देव जय देव जय मंगल मूर्ति दर्शन मात्रे मन कामना पूर्ति जय देव जय देव
खचित फरा तुझ गौरी कुमरा चंदनाची उटी कुंकुम केशरा हिरे जडित मुकुट शोभतो बरा झुळझुळती नूपुरे चरणी घागरिया
जय देव जय मंगल मूर्ति दर्शन मात्रे मन कामना पूर्ति जय देव जय देव जय देव जय देव जय मंगल मूर्ति दर्शन मात्रे मन कामना पूर्ति जय देव जय देव
पीतांबर फणिवर बंधना सरळ सोंड वक्र तुंड त्रिनयना दासरामाचा वाटवा हे सदना संकटी पावावे निर्वाणी रक्षावे सुरवर वंदना जय देव जय देव
जय देव जय देव जय मंगल मूर्ति दर्शन मात्रे मन कामना पूर्ति जय देव जय देव जय देव जय देव जय मंगल मूर्ति दर्शन मात्रे मन कामना पूर्ति
A woman named Ambashali approached Buddha. She got curious over his attire. She wanted to know, despite his princely appearance, he wore a robe like a hermit at such a young age. Buddha replied that he wanted to know the cause of old age, sickness, and death. Hence, he left all the worldly attachments and chose this life. Impressed by his thoughts, she invited him for lunch. Buddha agreed. In no time, the entire village came to know of it. The villagers started coming to Buddha one by one and requested him not to accept her invitation as she was a woman of bad character. Buddha listened to all their complaints patiently. He smiled and asked the village head if he also had the same observations as others did. The village head assertively said that he agreed to what others said, and not once, but for 1,000 times. Holding the village head's right hand, Buddha asked him to clap. The village head said that he could not do so, as one of his hands was in Buddha's hold, and it was not possible for anyone to clap with a single hand. Buddha taught them a lesson that as one cannot clap with one hand, Ambashali could not be bad by herself unless there were men of bad character in the village. Saying so, he wanted to know if there was any individual in that gathering without a trace of bad in him, so that he could visit his house for lunch. No one came forward. Then Buddha explained that when there were so many bad men in the village, it was not proper to point a finger at one woman. She turned bad due to bad company. A disciple of Buddha once approached him to make a request. Buddha kindly asked what it was. Disciple pleaded that his robe was worn out and no longer decent enough to wear. He asked for a new one. Buddha looked at the disciple's attire and found that the garment was absolutely in tatters and really needed a replacement. So he asked the storekeeper to give a new robe to the disciple. The disciple offered obeisance to the great master and left the room. Buddha kept thinking about the incident and felt that he had perhaps missed an opportunity to teach a valuable lesson to the disciple. So he went to the disciple's quarter to talk to him. Buddha inquired whether he was comfortable and if needed anything else. Disciple thanked Buddha and told he was contented. Buddha asked what he did with the old one. Disciple told that he used it to replace his worn-out bedspread. Buddha wanted to know further and asked what he did with the old bedspread. He then told he was using it as a curtain on his window. Buddha questioned about the old window curtain. He told that he tore it into 4 pieces and was using them as napkins to handle the hot pots and pans in the kitchen. Buddha queried deeper about the old kitchen napkins. Disciple humbly answered that they were being used as mops to wash and wipe the floor. Buddha went on with the old mop. Then the disciple said that the old mop was so tattered that the best they could do was to take all the threads apart and make wigs for his old lamb. He also informed that one of them was presently lit in his room. Buddha was contented. He was happy that his disciple realized that nothing is useless. Buddha always used to keep a rattle drum with him. One of his disciples one day asked the reason for keeping the drum by his side. To that, Buddha replied that he shall play the drum the day the person who made the greatest sacrifice approached him. Everyone was eager to know who the person would be. A Maharaja wanted to be called the most generous man by gifting money, jewelry to Buddha. He loaded all the treasures to his elephant and went to Buddha. On the way, an old woman greeted the Maharaja and pleaded for some food. The Maharaja took out a pomegranate and gave it to her. The old woman took the fruit and left. By then, the Maharaja had arrived and offered his treasures to Buddha. He was eagerly waiting to see when Buddha would beat the rattle drum. For a long time, Buddha did not play the drum. But as soon as the old woman approached Buddha and offered him the pomegranate, he took it immediately and started playing the little drum. The Maharaja got startled and asked Buddha why he ignored his gifts and took the mere pomegranate as the greatest offering. On this, Buddha replied that it is not the quantity that counts, but the quality of sacrifice that matters. And the king suddenly realized his mistake and fell at Buddha's feet. Once Buddha was passing by the forest. On the way, he saw a boy named Avesta who was tending buffaloes. He called him over and asked who he was. Avesta was a poor low-caste boy who lived with a little sister and a brother and no parents. Buddha talked to him endearingly, but Avesta did not know who Buddha was. And as the time went by, a divine love developed between the two. One day, Avesta brought a girl named Sujata, the daughter of the village head who belonged to a priestly higher caste. Sujata had brought white rice with a little salt and some curry for Buddha. But Avesta had only rotten brown rice. Buddha knew this and called both Avesta and Sujata to come closer. He took the offerings from both of them. Then he asked Sujata whether she has ever tasted brown rice. He also asked Avesta if he has ever tasted white rice. Buddha mixed rice from both the bowls and started eating in their company. Being a lower caste, Avesta was scared to eat that food. He feared that he would be chained and whipped for touching anybody or their food. Buddha then clarified the baselessness of caste system as the taste of tears and the call for blood are same for all. He makes Sujata and Avesta sit together. That's how he created harmony, a feeling of humanity and love that went beyond caste and community. Avesta was very grateful, and in order to express his gratitude, he asked Buddha if he could offer him anything. Buddha asked Avesta to give some green grasses he brought for the buffaloes, so that he could use it as a cushion. He further added that the bundle of grass was as precious as gold for him. Avesta was overwhelmed for Lord wanting such a simple gift, and he fell at his feet.
गजानन धीरावना पाहि गजानन धीरावना पाहि गजानन धीरावना सिंदूरवदना श्रितजन पालना सिंदूरवदना श्रितजन पालना सिंदूरवदना श्रितजन पालना सिंदूरवदना श्रितजन पालना पाहि गजानन दीनावना पाहि गजानन दीनावना अंबिकतनया अमराधीश्वर अंबिकतनया अमराधीश्वर अंबिकतनया अमराधीश्वर अंबिकतनया अमराधीश्वर अगणित गुणगण आनंददायक अगणित गुणगण आनंददायक अगणित गुणगण आनंददायक अगणित गुणगण आनंददायक पाहि गजानन दीनावना पाहि गजानन दीनावना सिंदूरवदना श्रितजन पालना सिंदूरवदना श्रितजन पालना पाहि गजानन दीनावना पाहि गजानन दीनावना अंबिकतनया अमराधीश्वर अंबिकतनया अमराधीश्वर अगणित गुणगण आनंददायक अगणित गुणगण आनंददायक अगणित गुणगण आनंददायक अगणित गुणगण आनंददायक पाहि गजानन दीनावना बुद्ध महावीर यीशु साई
येशु साई
बुद्ध महावीर यीशु साई
बुद्ध महावीर येशु साई
वाहे गुरु बोल मनुआ
वाहे गुरु बोल मनुआ
वाहे गुरु बोल मनुआ
वाहे गुरु बोल मनुआ
अल्लाह यीशु सतगुरु साई
अल्लाह येशु सतगुरु साई
अल्लाह यीशु सतगुरु साई
अल्लाह येशु सतगुरु साई
गीता वेद कुरान साई
गीता वेद कुरान साई
गीता वेद कुरान साई
गीता वेद कुरान साई
तन में साई मन में साई
अद्भुत साई
गीता वेद कुरान हो साई
गीता वेद पुराण हो साई
तन में साई मन में साई
तन में साई मन में साई
रोम रोम में साई साई
रोम रोम में साई साई
वाहेगुरु वाहेगुरु बोल मनुआ
वाहेगुरु वाहेगुरु बोल
वाहेगुरु
मनुआ
वाहेगुरु बोल मनुआ
वाहेगुरु वाहेगुरु बोल
बुद्ध महावीर ईशु साई जय 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 हे मधुसूदना
जय जय हे मधुसूदना
जय 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 हे मधुसूदना
जय जय हे मधुसूदना
जय वृंदावन मनमोहना
जय वृंदावन मनमोहना
जय वृंदावन मनमोहना
जय वृंदावन मनमोहना
जय 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 हे मधुसूदना
जय 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 हे मधुसूदना
सुंदर साई शिरडी बिहारी
सुंदर साई शिरडी बिहारी
सुंदर साई पति बिहारी
सुंदर साई परदे बिहारी
सुंदर साई शिरडी बिहारी
सुंदर साई शिरडी बिहारी
सुंदर साई पति बिहारी
सुंदर साई परदे बिहारी
राधे श्याम राधे श्याम राधे श्याम राधे श्याम
राधे श्याम राधे श्याम राधे श्याम राधे श्याम
साई राम साई राम साई राम साई राम
साई राम साई राम साई राम
राधे श्याम राधे श्याम राधे श्याम राधे श्याम
राधे श्याम राधे श्याम राधे श्याम
राधे श्याम राधे श्याम राधे श्याम राधे श्याम
श्याम राधे श्याम राधे श्याम राधे श्याम
जय 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 हे मधुसूदना
जय जय हे मधुसूदना
जय वृंदावन मनमोहना
जय वृंदावन मनमोहना
जय 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 हे मधुसूदना
जय जय हे मधुसूदना
सुंदर साई शिरडी बिहारी
सुंदर साई शिरडी बिहारी
सुंदर साई पति बिहारी
सुंदर साई परदे बिहारी
राधे श्याम राधे श्याम राधे श्याम राधे श्याम
राधे श्याम राधे श्याम राधे श्याम राधे श्याम
साई राम साई राम साई राम साई राम
साई राम साई राम साई राम
राधे श्याम राधे श्याम राधे श्याम राधे श्याम
राधे श्याम राधे श्याम राधे श्याम राधे श्याम
राधे श्याम राधे श्याम राधे श्याम राधे श्याम
राधे श्याम राधे श्याम राधे श्याम
जय 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 हे मधुसूदना
भगत वत्सल तेरु नाम हो साई
भगत बसल तेरो नाम हो साई
भगत वत्सल तेरु नाम हो साई
भगत बसल तेरो नाम हो साई
दुख भंजन तेरु नाम हो साई
भंजन तेरो नाम ओ साई।
तुम संग बांधी प्रेम की डोरी,
तुम संग बांधी प्रेम की डोरी,
तुम संग बांधी प्रेम की डोरी,
तुम संग बांधी प्रेम की डोरी।
सुमिरन करूं तेरो नाम ओ साई,
सुमिरन करो तेरो नाम ओ साई,
सुमिरन करूं तेरो नाम ओ साई,
सुमिरन करो तेरो नाम ओ साई।
पतितो धारण भक्त परायण,
तो उदाहरण भक्त परायण,
पतितो धारण भक्त परायण,
तो उदाहरण भक्त परायण।
परतीश्वर साईरा,
भक्तीश्वर साईरा,
परतीश्वर साईरा,
परतीश्वर साईरा।
भगत वचन तेरो नाम ओ साई,
भगत वसल तेरो नाम ओ साई।
तुम संग बांधी प्रेम की डोरी,
तुम संग बांधी प्रेम की डोरी,
सुमिरन करूं तेरो नाम ओ साई,
सुमिरन करो तेरो नाम ओ साई।
पतितो धारण भक्त परायण,
भक्त उदाहरण भक्त परायण,
परतीश्वर साईरा,
परतीश्वर साईरा,
परतीश्वर साईरा,
परतीश्वर साईरा।
गोविंद कृष्ण विठला, वेणु गोपाल कृष्ण विठला,
गोविंद कृष्ण विठला, वेणुगोपाल कृष्ण विठला,
गोविंद कृष्ण विठला, वेणु गोपाल कृष्ण विठला,
गोविंद कृष्ण विठला,
कृष्ण विठ्ठला वेणुगोपाल कृष्ण विठ्ठला ओम जय जगदीश हरे स्वामी सत्य साई हरे भक्त जना संरक्षक भक्त जना संरक्षक हरि महेश्वरा ओम जय जगदीश हरे शशिवदना श्रीधरा सर्वा प्राणपते स्वामी सर्वा प्राणपते आश्रित कल्पलतीका आश्रित कल्पलतीका भगवान ओम जय जगदीश हरे माता पिता गुरुदैव मरिया तयुनीवे स्वामी मरिया तयुनीवे नाद ब्रह्म जगन्नाथ नाद ब्रह्म जगन्नाथ नागेन्द्र शयना ओम जय जगदीश हरे ओंकार रूप ओजस्वी वो साई महादेव सत्य साई महादेव मंगलारती अंगको मंगलारती अंगको मंदर गिरिधारी ओम जय जगदीश हरे नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा शांति 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 समस्त लोका सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त लोका सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त लोका सुखिनो भवन्तु ओम शांति 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 जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की जय
Om Shri Sai Ram. Invoking Bhagwan's divine blessings. Tomorrow is the second day of the two-day Buddha Poornima celebrations at Prasanthi Nilayam, where the devotees from Sathya Sai International Organizations, Zone 4A, Zone 4B, and Zone 5 have come to Prasanthi Nilayam to offer their loving prayers at Bhagwan's divine lotus feet. Tomorrow, during the early morning prayer sessions of Omkaram and Suprabhatam from 5:10 to 5:40, Bhagwan's Sannidhi curtains will be kept open. All devotees can receive Bhagwan's darshan from where they are seated. Later in the morning, we'll have the regular Sai Kulwant Hall session, 8 to 9 a.m. Vedam chanting by the Mandir Vedam group, 9 to 9:30 bhajans by the Mandir Bhajan group, followed by Mangalarti and Bhagwan's Divya Darshan. Tomorrow being Sunday, The evening session in Sai Kulwant Hall will commence at 4:30 with Bhagwan's Divya Darshan, followed by Vedam chanting at 5 o'clock, led by the devotees from Japan. At 5:25, the evening cultural proceedings of the Buddha Poornima celebrations will commence with the introductory remarks by the Central Coordinator of Zone 5, Sister Bhavna Balani, followed by 2 guest speakers, revered monk Ugyen Sherab from Nepal and Mr. Dhammika Kalapuge from Sri Lanka. After the talk session, we'll have a musical program titled Jewel in Lotus, offered by the Sai youth from Zone 4A and Zone 4B countries. We'll then be blessed with Bhagwan's divine discourse. The evening session in Sai Kulwant Hall will conclude with bhajans offered by the international Sai youth, followed by Mangalarti and Bhagwan's Divya Darshan. Jai Sai Ram.
ఓం శ్రీ సాయిరామ్. భగవాన్ శ్రీ సత్య సాయిబాబా వారి దివ్యానుగ్రహ ఆశీస్సులతో బుద్ధ పూర్ణిమ పండుగలో వేడుక భాగంగా రేపటి రోజు తెల్లవారుజామున ఓంకారం మరియు సుప్రభాతం జరిగే సమయంలో, అనగా 5 గంటల 10 నిమిషాల నుండి 5 గంటల 40 నిమిషాల మధ్యలో భక్తులు వారు ఉన్న చోట నుండి స్వామివారి దివ్య సన్నిధిని దర్శించుకోవచ్చు. సాయి కుల్వంత్ సభా మండపంలో రేపటి ఉదయ కార్యక్రమాలు 8 గంటలకు ప్రశాంతి మందిర్ వేద బృందంచే వేదపట్నంతో ప్రారంభమై 9 గంటలకు ప్రశాంతి మందిర్ భజన బృందంచే భజనతో కొనసాగి 9 గంటల 30 నిమిషాలకు మంగళ ఆర్తితో సమాప్తమవుతాయి. అనంతరం స్వామివారి దివ్య దర్శనం. రేపటి రోజు ఆదివారం అవగా భక్తులు సాయి కుల్వంత్ సభా మండపంలో 4 గంటల 30 నిమిషాల నుండి 5 గంటల మధ్యలో స్వామివారి దర్శనం చేసుకోగలరు. సాయి కుల్వంత్ సభా మండపం యందు రేపటి సాయంకాల కార్యక్రమాలు 5 గంటలకు జపాన్ దేశం యొక్క భక్తులచే వేదపట్నంతో ప్రారంభం అవుతాయి. వేదపఠనం అనంతరం జోన్ 5 కోఆర్డినేటర్ సోదరిమణి భావనా బాలని గారు రేపటి సాయంకాల ముఖ్య అతిథుల పరిచయ ప్రసంగమును ఇస్తారు. తదుపరి నేపాల్ దేశం యొక్క గౌరవనీయ సన్యాసులు ఉగ్యన్ షెరాబ్ గారు మరియు శ్రీలంక దేశ వాస్తవ్యులు శ్రీ ధమ్మిక కలాపుగే గారు ప్రసంగిస్తారు. వీరి ప్రసంగాల తరువాత జోన్ 4A మరియు జోన్ 4B సాయి యువత జ్వెల్ ఇన్ లోటస్ పేరిట ఒక సంగీత కార్యక్రమాన్ని స్వామివారికి సమర్పిస్తారు. సంగీత కార్యక్రమం తర్వాత స్వామివారి దివ్య సందేశం ఉంటుంది. రేపటి సాయంకాల కార్యక్రమాలు అంతర్జాతీయ భక్తులచే భజనతో కొనసాగి మంగళ ఆర్తితో సమాప్తమవుతాయి. అనంతరం స్వామివారి దివ్య దర్శనం. జై సాయిరామ్.